G'day guys, it is Ben here from Hunt the Nights. Now, what we're going to do today is have a look at how to set up the ballistic rangefinder inside the ThermTec series of scopes. Now, I'm using a Vidar here today, but it doesn't matter if it's a Vidar or if it is an Ares, if it's a dual field of view, a single field of view, as long as it's got the firmware in it that supports Ballistic Calculator, and as long as it's got the rangefinder, it's going to work. Okay, this process is the same. Now, I'm running a brand new version of the firmware on this, and one of the things when I show you the Ballistic Calculator, it's a little bit different. You'll see it actually gives you the mil holdover now, and also it changed the little hash mark in terms of where to aim, and it also puts the holdover mark in the picture-in-picture window now as well. So let's get into it. First thing I've done, and I've just ran the video through this, is I've connected my phone to the actual Wi-Fi itself. Now, you don't have to be connected to the device to do this. You can click in here and go to and just down to ballistic calculation, and we can do it like that, or you can connect to the scope and then go ballistic calculator. Either way doesn't matter. All your ballistic profiles are going to be stored on your phone, and then you can transfer a ballistic profile to your scope. Now, in the dual field of view scopes, it doesn't matter if you've zeroed a 20 mil or a 60 mil, the ballistic profile stays the same. It works off where you've zeroed it and then runs all the ballistic calculator data. So as long as the distance you've zeroed is set correctly in here, then it's going to work, okay? And this is really, really simple to do. So we're going to add a new preset. Now, we're not going to select from a catalog. We're going to create our own one. We're going to put our ballistic coefficient in here. And for me, it's 2.10. This is a 204, 32 grain Hornady VMAX. And we can just adjust that and it's 2.1. The ballistic profile is G1. We'll leave that. Muzzle velocity is an important one. Now, all of this at the moment is in metric. It's not in imperial. So I've measured mine out, and it's 1206 meters per second. Okay, air rifles are going to be less, and so on. But you want to measure that with a chronograph, or you can use the information that's on a packet. It's going to be pretty close enough. Our bullet weight, 32 grain, and this can be changed by just rotating the numbers to whatever the correct grain is. And then our scope height. We've got various videos previously on how to set up rangefinders and how to measure scope heights. This one here is 6.4 centimeters or 64 millimeters when it's set up on my actual device. Now, in here, this pressure, look this one up on Weather App because it's set by default at 300 HPA, and it's just not enough, and that will actually give you a significant difference in holdover. So at the moment, for where I am, the pressure is about 1027. So I'm going to go ahead and save that. All right. There's no wind. Temperature is about 16 degrees in Celsius, and we hit next. Now let's call it a name, and we're going to call this YouTube because it's done for YouTube. YouTube test, we'll call it. Doesn't matter. You can call whatever you want as long as you know what it is, okay? And when you start to build up your catalog, you'll see here I've got one for an air rifle. I've got one here for my 660, my Bro factory mounts. I put which mounts they're in because I'm using different ones all the time. And we've got our YouTube test. Now, it is simple now as pressing this import button. That has now transferred it to the ballistic calculator in the scope. So once you've transferred it over to the scope, all you need to do is double click on here, go into the menu down to zeroing, select trajectory, go to settings, and you can confirm that all your information has now been transferred over to that scope. Okay, then you can turn on the actual ballistic calculator, and you'll see that it gives you a different little reticle, which is now your aim point. It's going to work that out a distance and where to aim. You can also then in that menu as well turn it on to be on picture-in-picture not. So there it is, guys. It is simple as that. If you change your rifle or change projectile or change ballistics, as long as you've got it in here, it's just zip, upload it into there, and you're good to go. Hope that answers your questions because we get a few of them, so we thought we'd better make a video on it. But that is how you set up the ballistic rangefinder on a ThermTec device. Thanks, guys. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you again soon.